Gonna burn a hole down to China.
Canadian Prepper here. I wanted to share with you an idea I had regarding the cotton ball Vaseline fire trick. And most of you are familiar with this. You take Vaseline, you mix it with cotton that acts as a wick, and it basically will burn for an extended period of time, allowing you to ignite your tinder and start your fire. Now, the problem I had with this was that it can be a little sloppy. Now, you can just get a small container of Vaseline, much smaller than this. There's portable, travel size ones, and pair that with, a stuffed little sack of cotton or something like that. And that would easily be tinder for hundreds of fires. But I wanted to simplify the process a little bit, and you can probably put your own spin on this. But what I did was I found these cotton rounds in the old lady's closet. I'll unravel one of these little pucks here. Fire discs, I call them. So the great thing about these cosmetic cotton round thingamajiggers is that they are the Vaseline can't permeate the outer layer, so it keeps it in there nice and neat. You might notice my hands are a little shiny. That's because I've been playing with Vaseline for the last hour. And no, don't get any nasty thoughts. I wasn't doing that. Basically, what we have here inside is a bunch of Vaseline squished together. And what you can do is you can cut little portions of this off. And this one little disc here will probably easily be enough tinder to start 10 fires, just because it's so condensed and compressed, and you can fit a lot of Vaseline in there easily. So I'll show you how to make it, although you probably already know how, but it's worth explaining really quickly. So you take two of these. I take two because on the one end is a cotton end, on the other end is this non-absorbent, permeable end. And so what I do is I just take a scoop of Vaseline, maybe a little less than that, just like cheese and crackers, put it together, like so. Try to keep it away from the corners. It's actually a lot cleaner than you think, because there's a lot of cotton in here which really soaks up the Vaseline, as you can see. So put that in there. Take a little piece of saran wrap. Fold it up. Bam.
It is minus 32, and we're going to be testing out the cotton round fire disc. Alright folks, we're going to test out the fire disc here. Basically, I've used a tea light candle holder, and I'm just going to light her up right in the snow. See how easy that cut will match. And I'll probably see this video up. Let's see what happens in the snow. It's completely fallen off the tea light holder, as you can see, and it's working its way into the snow. Right at 30 in the snow. Quite honestly, there wasn't a lot of Vaseline on that one. There's some where I was more generous, but this one there was barely any. I just glad I'm on camera because we could be here all night. It's gonna burn a hole down to China. It can't stop, it doesn't smell best, but cotton burning is supposed to smell best. Might be Vaseline burning. Like I say, this is all cotton fabric. Just the exterior shell is more tightly woven so that the Vaseline can't escape the cotton. It makes for a nice clean fire starter that you can store. It won't be messy, and as you can see, it will help you light a fire in snow. I wouldn't suggest that. Put down some spruce needles. Take a couple spruce branches with some good needles, or pine, or whatever sort of needle leaf you have around. Put that down as a base. We're at about 520 here, and honestly that would have burned a lot more if it wasn't in snow. So I'm going to clean up my mess. and Canadian prepper out. I hope this works well for you. Thanks for watching.
But basically that's what it is. So we'll go and try it out and I'll show you how well it works.
This is my fire kit here. And you can see that I have one of my cotton pucks in there. I'll open this up. And we don't need the whole thing. You know, in a survival situation, you would want to conserve your fire starting material. And you can see none of the Vaseline has leaked out of this cotton pod here. Not sure if you can see that. And what we're going to do, because we don't necessarily need the whole thing, we're just going to take a quarter of it. Because you definitely want to conserve your fuel. And these things work so great in combination with birch bark and the dry wood that I have. In spite of the weather conditions, I don't believe that I'm going to have a hard time starting a fire with this. I could be wrong. So I'll keep the other part of it on hand, just in case. I'm going to set that up here. Get our birch bark ready. This stuff is going to go up like... So we're just going to use some of these stormproof matches. As you can see there, it's burning well. Birch bark takes off like nothing. Start on these here.